Hello, welcome to my colon cancer journey. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thank you. If you have any family history of colon cancer, please seek your medical provider for early detection and prevention. Hi again. Everybody's been asking me about some of those recipes those dishes that I posted and what the recipes are. So the first one I'm going to start with is the vegetable fried rice, which is super easy. Put 3 cups of water and 3 cups of rice, jasmine rice, in my Instapot and push the button that says rice. Take my wok. I love my wok. And I always use fresh garlic. So I put some garlic in my garlic press. Chopped up 4 green onions, and I used a bag of frozen peas and carrots, and I stir fried that in the wok in some extra virgin olive oil. After that, I put the cold rice inside the same pan. Had scrambled up 4 eggs and put those in there, and I used 2 tablespoons of the light soy sauce. I used 1 teaspoon of sesame seed oil, and I used 1 teaspoon of oyster sauce, and I used white black pepper, and I don't use a lot of salt. The soy sauce is going to give you your flavor. And I stirred that up. I got some, in another pan, I got some bok choy, some fresh bok choy. Chopped it up. That was my first time ever making bok choy. So it's kind of like cabbage. So I stir fried that up in about a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. And then I put a bag of mixed stir fried vegetables in it to give it some more vegetables and color. Set that to the side. Grabbed another little pan. I had already had some shrimp that was unthawed, and I seasoned that and put that in a pan. And I poured a little of the sweet Thai chili sauce over it and stir fried that in a pan. For those who are allergic to seafood, that's why I did it separate, because we have shrimp allergies in this house. All right, and here's a picture of that dish. I'm doing this from the bed because I'm not feeling too good today. The next dish is going to be vegetarian spaghetti. So grab out your peppers, your red bell pepper, your yellow bell pepper, your green bell pepper, your orange bell pepper. Grab you some fresh garlic, grab you some onions, chop it all up. Chop it up real fine. I grabbed some mushrooms, slice those up. You can stir fry them in a pan in a little extra virgin olive oil. And once you get those vegetables pretty much cooked really good, then I like canned tomatoes, the stewed tomatoes. So I poured a couple of cans of stewed tomatoes in a pan. And I like the sweet basil spaghetti sauce. So poured a jar of that, sweet basil, in there, and I put a couple of bay leaves in there, and I put a pinch of sugar. I put a little seasoning, a little black pepper, oregano. I put garlic powder, onion powder. I put some Italian seasoning in it, and I used the vegetable noodles, boiled those up, and it makes a very good, delicious vegetarian spaghetti. Here's a photo. This next dish is vegetable fried rice, but instead I have grilled chicken, sweet Thai chili chicken. Same recipe as before, just use chicken instead of shrimp. And look at this beautiful photo. For those of you who love salmon like I do, got some fresh salmon. I put it in a pan and made sure it was pretty well cooked on each side, and I poured some Italian dressing over the top and put a lid on it, and cooked it for about 5 minutes. Took another pan, got some fresh asparagus, washed those off real good, and I just basically stir fried those with olive oil and garlic, and just I smothered them with a lid so that they can kind of get real tender, and I just kind of laid it over the salmon. Got another bowl, put some bag lettuce in it, put a few eggs in it, and I was going to say celery, but that's not celery, that's cucumber. Put a little cucumber in it. However you like your salad, you can fix your salad however you want it. Those are the ingredients that I had, so that's what I used. All right, and here's that dish. And this is one of my favorites, shrimp and grits. Funny thing about how I started making shrimp and grits, I went to a restaurant several years ago, and it was recommended. It was like, try this shrimp and grits dish. Had never had it before, but it was delicious. I didn't like the fact that it cost $18, but I was like, well, you know what? I could make this myself. So I went home, and I just kind of remembered everything that I tasted in that dish, and I just made it. So basically, all you do is just get you some grits, regular grits. Cook them like you normally would cook any kind of grits. And what I do is I use chicken broth, and I also, after my grits are done, I put a little butter in it, and I put the pepper jack cheese in it so it can give it a little spice. And then I use the Kobe and cheddar. So that's kind of one of my little secrets. I love my peppers, so I grab all my green bell peppers, orange bell peppers, red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, chop onions, green onions, chop all of that, chop some fresh garlic, stir fry them in a pan, set it to the side. I use turkey, that's smoked sausage. I use turkey smoked sausage, and I stir fry that up, and then I mix it all together. And I always, if I use chicken, I'll go ahead and stir fry that in there as well. But on this one, I use shrimp, so I put the shrimp, cook the shrimp to the side for the shrimp allergies. I made that in a separate pan. For my seasoning for it, I use the Cajun season, I use Slap Your Mama, and I use Creole season, and I use garlic, and onion powder. And I tell you, it is delicious. Okay, first time making Brussels sprouts. So chop the little bottom off. They're kind of small, but I chopped the bottom off and cut them in half. I tried to season them. I was thinking season them kind of like you season cabbage. So I tried to put a little bacon grease in it, and I used my garlic and my onion powder, my black pepper, and I actually cooked them in a wok. So I kind of stir fried them. That was my first time making Brussels sprouts. They're very healthy for you, and they have a very pretty color to it, and they're pretty good for you. So here's that dish. Oven roasted red potatoes. Okay, so what I did is I boiled them first. So I cheated. I boiled them for about 10 minutes, and before I put them in the oven, I put a little salt in my water, so that way I won't have to really season the potatoes. So once I drained them, I put them in a pan, and I sprinkled some garlic and parsley over them, and I sprinkled some bacon bits, covered them in foil, put them in the oven, and let them cook for about another 30 minutes, just so that it can absorb some of the flavor from the bacon bits and absorb that garlic and parsley. And another great dish, easy dish. All right, so the next recipe is gonna be my chicken noodle soup. Okay, so what I did with the chicken noodle soup, I just boiled some chopped up chicken, raw chopped up chicken breast in some water. If you find yourself that you cooked your chicken too long and you've drained too much of your water out that you created the broth, you can always use the box chicken broth. And then I added one chopped up Vidalia onion. I used the bag of sliced carrots, but you can also use fresh chopped up carrots. Chop up your about 4 or 5 celeries. You can also buy that bagged if you just want to do it real quick and easy. You can season it to taste. I like to season my chicken before I actually cook it. I like to use garlic, onion powder, stuff like that. I also chopped up 2 garlic cloves, and I put 2 bay leaves in it. I put a couple of, about 1 teaspoon of oregano in it. I put some thyme in it, and that gives it a really, really good flavor, believe it or not. And that was about it. I just let it cook for about, I guess, until everything just kind of was done and soft. And then I turned my eye down, and I put the whole bag of egg noodles in it. And I cooked that for about 5 minutes, and then I checked on it. And because you don't want your egg noodles to absorb all your broth from your chicken. And what I did is I cooked it for about 5 minutes, and it wasn't ready. So I checked on it, cooked it another 5 minutes, and it was tender, but it wasn't as tender as I would like. So what I did at that point, I just put the lid on it and just let the steam from the heat finish it on off. And it made the perfect chicken noodle soup. And again, if you drain out too much of your broth, go ahead and use your box of chicken broth. And you can get unsalted chicken broth, or you can get the regular chicken broth. Okay, this is a wrap. It is a white tuna with avocado and tomato wrap. And this was canned white tuna. Drain the water off the tuna. You can put a little mayonnaise in it, or if you don't like mayonnaise, you don't even have to use it. And I put a little pickle relish in it. Mayonnaise, pickle relish, onion powder, garlic powder, and black pepper. And I made the avocado homemade. I chopped up the avocado, and I put cilantro in it. I put lime juice, fresh lime juice, fresh squeezed. I put onion powder, garlic powder, and a little pepper. I used the white black pepper. I used the white black pepper for the avocado. And on this one, I didn't put the tomatoes in the avocado, but I used it as a wrap, and it was pretty good, very healthy. Okay, so this is just a salad. I used spinach for the base in place of lettuce. And I took a scoop of that white tuna that I had made and a scoop of avocado and made a delicious salad. Now, I didn't make this, but this is ginger, and this is what I use ginger every day. I have a juicer, and so I put the ginger in there, and I use it for mix it with like teas or lemons, honey, and it helps a lot with being nauseous. All right, so the next 3 pictures are, one of them is just a scoop of tuna, the white tuna, the And I buy the white tuna that's in water. I don't really like the one that's in oil. And some fresh made avocado, and this time I had some crackers with it. I also had, for the side, I had some fresh pineapple and blueberries for a little snack. And then sometimes I just eat the avocado by itself. On that second avocado dish that you see, I actually put tomatoes in it. I made it with the same recipe that I did before, but I just added tomatoes in it. And this salad was so good. It has everything in it. It has spinach in it. It has some bacon bits. It has blueberries, chopped up Granny Smith apples. It has a little cheese in it. It has cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, avocado. I had even put a little corn in it. I stir-fried some corn with garlic. But be careful eating corn, because especially if you've had a recent colon surgery, corn is not one of the recommended dishes that you should have. But I caught myself trying to make a Cobb salad, and I don't know, it just seemed like I just wanted to put a little bit of that corn in that salad. But it was so good. But just keep in mind, corn is not a recommended item when you have a colon resection surgery. Pasta salad made with vegetable noodles is delicious. I hadn't ever made it with vegetable noodles until after I had this colon cancer. So I just started trying to try different things, more things that was geared toward vegetables. And so basically, you boil your pasta noodles, and I boil them with a teaspoon of salt in it. That way I won't have to add salt to my pasta salad once it's completed. So I chop up, I have a chopper. I'm not doing this chopping by hand, mind you. So I chopped up bell peppers, onions, chopped up bell pepper, onion, cucumbers, and tomato. And mix all of that in there. It's best to wait till your pasta noodles are cool. I put some Italian dressing in it. And I like the robust Italian dressing that has the little pieces of tomato in it. I put garlic powder, onion powder. I put a little paprika in it. And I put a little teaspoon of vinegar in it. And it is delicious. Ask somebody, they'll tell you I make the best pasta salad. Here's another salad with tomatoes, those cherry tomatoes. It has blueberries in it, and lemons and limes. I was just trying to get a little fancy with my salads, just putting all kind of fruits and vegetables in it, just to try something different, have something different, wake up your taste buds for a long time. Once I had my colon resection surgery, I couldn't hardly taste anything. So I was just trying to jazz it up a little bit, make it as healthy as possible. And it was a good salad, and it was pretty. So here's that picture. This next dish, I cannot take credit for it. This dish was made by Hubby Love. He made some pinto beans. He sliced up some cucumbers and some tomatoes. He made some cornbread and some turnip greens and some candy yams. When he made this dish, I literally was bedridden. So, and I was eating really small portions. But I tell you, it was made out of love, and it was delicious. So I had to add that one. So this is not a dish. This is some plantain. And plantains are very, very good for you. they're easy to cook. I like to get them, normally when I buy them, they're green. So I wait till they get a little yellow and brown because gives it a natural sweet. And you can just use maybe a teaspoon of olive oil and cook them, kind of like fry them a little bit on each side. And they make a delicious, you can eat it for a side dish or even a snack. They are super good for you, very healthy. This next dish is some baked sway, some baked zucchini and onions, and squash. And just season them up, put a little butter, cover them with foil. You don't have to add water or anything because it's going to make its own water. And you can sprinkle a little bacon bits over it, or you can chop up some turkey sausage or whatever you want to flavor it a little bit more. Put it in the oven, cover with foil, cook for about 45 minutes, and it's gonna make a perfect side dish. And also, you see there's a side of rice. Very good, low in calorie, good for your digestive system, and I think you'll enjoy that one as well. I don't know too many people who don't love chicken salad, but I cheated. I got a Sam's rotisserie chicken. I chopped up the chicken breast. I put in my chopper some celery, added a little mayonnaise, and added the chopped up chicken. I also chopped the chicken in a chopper as well. So you got mayonnaise, celery, pickle relish, chopped chicken, and I don't add any salt to it at all. I put a little pepper in it, and because the rotisserie chicken has its own flavor. Added some grapes and some cantaloupe to the side, and that was a really, really delicious meal. I got fancy on this next dish, y'all. This was some, I chopped up some asparagus, zucchini, some squash, some Vidalia onions, and I put them in my wok. Also had added some carrots, and I stir fried them, and I put some sweet potatoes in it as well. I didn't want them mushy, so I stir fried them to where they still was a little bit firm, and had some grilled salmon on the side. That all of these recipes, talking to y'all about them, it's kind of making me a little hungry, but that is a great dish, and it was like all those flavors combined together just burst in your mouth. All right, so this is my grilled salmon strawberry salad on a bed of spinach. So basically, I pan fried a piece of salmon. I put it to the side. I always, it just depends on what I'm eating it with, but this time, because it was making a salad, I pan fried it in Italian dressing. So I got my lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes. I put my cut my strawberries up, put a couple of grapes in it, put it to the side, put my salmon on top of it, and drizzled it with Italian dressing and a little ranch dressing, and it's so good. Y'all by now saying all the things she eat is salmon and chicken. But I do eat a lot of salmon because, you know, I was told by my physician that beef is one of the leading causes of colon cancer. So I try to stick to chicken or fish. Sometimes I put a little turkey in there, but mainly chicken or fish is my go-to. So this is some blackened salmon with asparagus, and basically I always pan fry my salmon. I put a little blackened Cajun season on it, and stir fry that in a little olive oil. And with the asparagus, I pan fried them with garlic, and once they was about 90% done, I put the lid on the asparagus so I could kind of let the steam from the heat get them a little withery, because I like my asparagus a little softer. So there you go. Another quick dish. Most of these dishes only take about 10 or 15 minutes to cook. And, you know, especially if you prep the day before or if you got a chopper. You know, I have all kind of kitchen tools, choppers, pressers, crock pots, all kind of stuff to make things where you could just, you know, wash it and just put it in there and go about your day, or in my case, go lay back down. All right, here's another blackened salmon with asparagus and a little watermelon. Not gonna go bore you with the recipes because I'm pretty sure by now you know it's all pan fried and steamed and real quick and easy. But the watermelon kind of gave it another little treat, kind of gave you a little sweet taste to it. So that was a good mixture for me. This is all in the wok. Zucchini, carrots, onions, and squash. Stir fry them up real good, and it gives you either a meal or a great side item, whichever one that you want for that day. Especially if you don't have a big appetite, you just might want some good healthy vegetables. And I never stir fry my vegetables to where they're like just mushy. I want to keep as many vitamins in it as I possibly can. All right, now here's a little treat for you. You could take any kind of yogurt that you like, low-fat yogurt, Greek yogurt, whatever kind of yogurt that you like. Put you some strawberries and blueberries with it, and it's going to be good for your digestive system, good for put some good bacteria back in your body, and it tastes good. If you want to add some granola to it or whatever you want to add, some peanuts or whatever you want to add to it, go right ahead. In my particular case, I just added the fruit, and it was delicious. Thank you so much for following my cancer journey. I hope you enjoyed those recipes and pictures of the food. One of these days, I'm going to show you live, step by step, on how to make a dish. But that'll be a few months behind. I'm on when I go back on next Monday, I'll be on treatment number 9, which, like, I do it backwards. I say I got 4 more to go out of 12 treatments, so I got 4 more to go. So once I get to the point to where I can be in the kitchen and be able to just show you a demonstration of everything that I do in the kitchen, I'll be more than happy to share with you. And I appreciate you taking your time out to like, subscribe, and share my cancer journey. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful, blessed day.